Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Today we're going to be making these cute little baskets. These I'm making for Easter. Totally cute, really inexpensive. If you have a bunch of people to make for, this is a great idea. So what I do is start with these Jiffy pots. I picked these up at an estate sale. However, they always have them in the springtime. Walmart has a package of 12 of these for $3. Super inexpensive. So what I do to start with is I take one of these, and I love to use the Distress Oxide. On this one I use the cracked pistachio. It's got a really great look when I'm done. I do not use the regular Distress stains. They don't look as good to me. So I start by just squirting this on, and I will show you one I've already let dry a little bit. So here we go. This one I have let dry so that I could show you how to do it. The next thing I do is take a hole punch, and I find a good place to punch a hole. Occasionally these will have a seam. Some of these, like that one has a seam, I would punch it right there so that this one doesn't have to have a seam. Anyway, I punched a hole there, punched a hole there. Any hole punch you have. If you don't have a hole punch, I have just poked these scissors in there with a nice sharp point. Then I take one of these. These are vintage chenille stems. Again, picked them up at an estate sale. If you watch my videos, you will know that I am a big estate sale person. I love to pick things up and remake with them. They do have these on eBay. They were not too expensive. If you needed some, maybe someday I'll put them in my Etsy store or sell a kit. Anyway, I take this and I put it in the inside here, and it's about an inch, and I just bring it up and twist it around like so. Bring this one in, pull it up about an inch, twist here, and then I take a piece of lace or trim or whatever else I want to, and this was off of a vintage pillowcase that had seen better days. Start it with a little glue here. I like to start it on the side. I feel like that it hides better. Go ahead and stick that on there. Adding a little glue around the edge, not too much. You could probably use tacky glue and then go ahead and put those little sewing clips on there to hold it in place. But this to me is a lot easier with just the hot glue, and you don't have to get a ton of it. That around the edges. I usually leave a little space so that I can fold it over so there's no raw edge, but that's just me. And not burning myself. There we go. Whoops, there we go. All right, so pretty simple so far. Then I take some Easter grass and fill it up. This is just inexpensive Easter grass. I did get this at Joann's before they completely closed. And I will just take a bunch, wad it up real good, and stick it in there. If these are sticking out, I sometimes just cut them off so that it's getting the look I need or want. And trim it all off. There we go. And then if my hands were clean, I would add these Cadbury mini eggs right on top and be super cute. I think my grandchildren will enjoy these this year. So what else can you do with these? So this I made as a place card holder. If I was doing a wedding or helping with that, this would be a great thing so everyone would know where they're sitting. I just hand wrote a little card and put some music note paper and wrote welcome. This extra trim off a vintage pillowcase that had seen better days. And this is Distress Oxide vintage photo is what I used on this one. I also took the green stem and rolled it in that vintage photo, just because I wanted it to be a little rustic looking. If you were having a group over for dinner, this would be great for that. So, but my favorite thing of all to do with those is these little guys. I mean, look at that cute face. So what I did is took the Rusty Hinge distress paint. If you guys don't have this distress paint, I love it. It did take 2 coats, but look at that. It's a perfect pumpkin color. I just drew out a little face and used a Sharpie to color it all in. If I had to paint that, it would be a hot mess. So I just took a Sharpie and went over that. Could you imagine this filled up with candy corn? Same Easter grass. Totally cute. If you want to know, this right here, this one was the Distress Oxide Mermaid Lagoon color. From what you see there to here, it's a little bit different color. And I did this pink one. And this one was the Distress Oxide Spray Spun Sugar. You do have to do like 3 coats of it just to get the color, because these will soak that color right up. All right, and then of course you saw the green was the Distress Oxide Cracked Pistachio. All right, I hope that you have enjoyed that and try to make some for somebody you love. Have a great day.